Hey everybody, it is Stephanie Rising with The Rising Effect. This is Ask Me Anything with Kirsten Polivchak of Beyond Promotions. She's going to answer 5 critical questions around promotional products. And the first one that I have is, how exactly do promotional products promote your brand? We hear that, and I think everyone has a general sense of that, but I know you're loaded with stats about what promo products actually do for your brand visibility. So hit us up with that.
Yeah, of course, of course. So there's a lot of statistics out there. A lot of studies have been done on promotional products, and they have found that globally, about 85% of people who actually are given a promotional product remember the name of that company who's on that product. And if they're useful products, they keep them forever and ever. And so that's really what creates your brand visibility, that people are remembering who you are and they're using the product so you stay top of mind throughout the life of that product.
And I think that's really important. We kind of underestimate that, especially like, oh, if I give someone a mug or a pen, like, will they really remember me? And they do. And I think one of the things about the whole top of mind aspect of it is, especially here in Tucson is definitely a relationship town. And all of us small business owners are out networking, and we're always meeting new people, which means your consumers are always meeting other people in your field. So if you're not staying in front of them and you're not top of mind, they're always meeting someone new, and their business is going elsewhere. So there is like an urgency, I guess, to making sure that whether it's through promotional products or an email campaign or a newsletter, hopefully a combination of all of those things, that you're staying present with your people. So that kind of ties in with the next thing. Some of us do events for brand visibility. What's a good strategy to use with promotional products if you're considering an event?
So there's a few basic things. One is, who's your audience? Who are you trying to get, garner the attention from at this event? Is the event a kid-friendly event? Or is it business to business event? Is there a theme to it? What is that audience, and who are you trying to target with your product? The second question I would ask my client is, how do you plan on distributing them? Are you going to have a table where people grab, or do you want to have products that create interaction? So how you want to distribute them. Also, if you're going to a trade show, you probably don't want to lug big, heavy mugs to a trade show. So let's pick products that have easy movability for you coming, from your car to the trade show, from the trade show to the car. Just very simple logistics like that are important to consider when it comes to events or trade shows. And then what's going to be your follow-up? We can order all the products in the world, and you can give away all the products in the world. But if you're not following up with who's receiving those products, you'll never know what's working for you or what's not. So I think having those 3 main things, audience, how you plan to distribute, and what your follow-up is really important to consider when you're working with a promotional products distributor.
That's all. I love that because it's so practical. And I think it also makes people consider promotional products outside of just checking a box. Like, oh, I have my stuff with me, I've got my swag, box checked. But you're right, if it doesn't speak to your audience, if you haven't considered the logistics of how you're going to get it into the event and distribute it, and if you have no follow-up system, then kind of what is the point? All you've done is check a box. So I love that you integrate it into like bigger picture thinking. And the whole lugging part, I'm really glad you brought that up. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, I had a client who really wanted barbecue sets for their closing gifts. That was a home builder. And she was just like, man, I go, they're heavy. Each of them are like 10 pounds, they're beautiful boxes. But she was like, is there anything else we can do? Because they're so freaking heavy, just to distribute these boxes to all of their communities. So yeah, so we had a real conversation about that, just the logistics of it. So
Yeah. See, fellow short girl. I love getting advice from fellow short girls because we think about leverage. There's only
right,
physically so much we can tote around. So good.
exactly,
Nice. Uh,
exactly.
the the next question I have for you is when people think of promotional products, everyone thinks of pens,
Hmm.
and that's kind of the gateway drug for promo products, right? And
Right.
also you're already buying it as an office supply, so if you're going to spend money on pens already, why not put your logo on them?
Yeah, and they're very cost effective and and obviously useful. So it's definitely the
Yes,
go-to.
I have the ones that you made for me right here on my
Yeah.
desk. But apart from pens, like what are three promotional products that you really like, both as a distributor of them and as a consumer?
So I would say I do a lot of work with nonprofits, events, sports teams also, and t-shirts, apparel is huge. And a lot
Mm,
of people don't necessarily think of apparel as a promotional product, but it really is. It
yeah,
really is in that same pool. And t-shirts, branded apparel, hats, even polos, they really create a sense of community and team spirit, especially when you're working within an event or a sporting team. And so I love that feeling. I'm a fan of a lot of different things of sports. And you go to a football stadium and watch a game, and everybody's wearing their team's jersey because
yeah.
they feel a sense of community with everybody else sitting around them cheering on their team. And I think the same is um, in business and at regular events, nonprofit events, and things like that. People like to have that spirit between them. Um, I would say water bottles are another big product that
Mm,
I love to print. Again, I always try and look for products that are very useful. And water
yeah,
bottles, especially here in Tucson, everybody's toting around a water bottle.
yeah.
And they're classy, they stick around. And the beauty is also when you take a water bottle to an event that you're at and it's got, say, the Rising Effect logo on it, you're getting brand visibility. You're taking that out into the community and people are seeing your logo lots of different places.
Yeah.
And so when you think of products that people can take with them, that just increases brand visibility across the board. Uh, and then another fun one, kind of a spin-off of the water bottles, it's crazy how many people are enjoying stickers these days. They want their logo on stickers so they can put them on their water bottles. It's a trend.
Yes. I
And
see those everywhere.
yeah, and it's a lot of fun. You can do full color printed stickers, which is great. And people just have fun with them, and they're super cost effective and a very easy handout. Wherever you're at, you can hand them out. So that's been a lot of fun. I've actually done a lot of stickers lately with some clients that just have. It's a product you again can just have fun with.
I went to a coffee shop not too long ago, and I mean, somebody obviously had their coffee, but they also had their hydro flask with them. And
Mhm.
that sucker looked like a mini billboard. They had
Right.
so many different local, because obviously this was a person like doing local business was really important to them. And they had a ton of different local stickers on their hydro flask. And that I didn't really connect those dots until you mentioned it just now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
free
talk about
advertising.
exposure. I mean, they're taking those water bottles everywhere, and you paid 60 cents to give them a to give them a sticker, and it's gonna create a lot of visibility for you. So
Yeah,
it's fun.
inexpensive billboards.
Yeah.
Great. Okay,
Yep.
so apparel, things like a hydro flask or a water bottle, and stickers are
Yep.
really hot right now. Okay,
Yep. Hmm.
what's the most unusual thing you have put a logo on?
Um, this probably isn't necessarily unusual because it really involves just standard print of banners and some cards and things. But for a client trade show, we actually created a custom game for a restoration company based on the board game Life.
Oh,
And
cool.
so we did this huge banner with like the board game on it, and it was all customized with the idea from going, since it was a restoration company, from like home lost to restored. And once the people that were visiting the booth went through the game, they would win a prize that was branded, that had the client's logo on it. And so it was a really fun project because we got to personalize every spot on the board. Their logo was everywhere. And it was a fun interactive booth for them. I mean, people stand in line to play games. They love it. And knowing they can win something at the end, people love promotional products like that. So
Yeah.
it was a fun project as a whole.
And it makes it memorable. So it's not just you went to the event. Now you have a story that you can share with somebody else about this game that you played at this booth, and you are going to remember that company's name.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is a great
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it's creating an experience for sure. So
Yes.
it was a lot of fun to work on that project.
I think the word that you just used is really important, that when you're giving promotional products away, you're not just giving somebody stuff, you are trying to give them an experience and a taste of what it might be like to do business with your company.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, promotional products are the only advertising medium that you actually exchange something physical, and it opens up conversation with oh, thank you. When you hand something to somebody, and that just opens up opportunity to engage and again create experience, again tell people about you, what you do and why they should be your client. And it was all from a here, thank you.
Yes.
So,
And that makes sense. I mean, so many people are wary of sales situations that start with taking, and they're much more engaged when it starts with giving.
absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So this is my last question for you. What's one thing that you wish people better understood about promotional products or their application in your business?
We've kind of touched on this throughout your other questions, but they're not just cheap giveaways. I mean, even pens have a purpose, right? Especially, people that use contracts in their business. Pens are a very effective advertising product, but there's a time and a place for those giveaways. And if you're really strategic with the products that you order and your distribution of those products, for example, using them to connect with existing clients, you'll find that customers really enjoy receiving the product, and statistics show they will think of you first after they receive that product. And so I think it's just being strategic and not thinking of it as another expense category and, like you say, a checkbox, just because they should have some. If you take a little time working with your distributor, and engaging with them on the best products and the best way to use them, I think you'll find a really powerful marketing campaign with promotional products.
Fantastic. Thank you for all the really good information. Those are questions that come up a lot for me and for my clients and folks that I interact with around promotional products when I'm, talking about how to integrate them with their marketing efforts. So that checked a lot of very good and productive boxes for me today.
Yes, absolutely. I appreciate you inviting me to talk with you. It was great. I really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. And when I post this, I'm going to drop your contact information into the post, but just for good measure, your name, your company name, and your phone number one last time.
Yes, of course. My name is Kirsten Polivchak with Beyond Promotions. My phone number is 520-344-3801.
Great. Thank you so much, Kirsten. And next month, the Ask Me Anything is going to be with Stephanie Kidder of Empower Financial. And we're going to be celebrating financial planning and financial awareness month. So that's up next. And if you have any questions about financial planning, just let me know. Thank you again, Kirsten. And I will be putting this up on YouTube right away.
Sounds great, Stephanie. Thanks again.
My pleasure. See you soon.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.